Amateur detectives have turned their attention to the tragic case of Nicola Bulley, the mother of two from Lancashire, who vanished 14 days ago. These self-appointed sleuths, many of whom are posting theories online, have been travelling from miles around to help in the search for Nicola. But the police have now warned these have-a-go detectives not to take the law into their own hands after a group of men travelled from Liverpool to search an abandoned house close to where Nicola was last seen. A friend of Nicola's took to social media to assure the public that the property had already been searched from top to bottom by the police. Now, the search for the missing mother has now been extended all the way to the sea after a specialist diving team hired to search the river area where she disappeared concluded she is categorically not there. I think one of the problems with this, with all these people, these sort of vigilantes, if you like, sort of vigilante detectives, the reason that they're all coming is because this case has had so much publicity and the police have had so much criticism from experts, diving experts, all the rest of it, that I think people have lost faith now in the official investigation and have decided, and we've seen this with other cases, whether it was the missing teenager. Do you remember the one that was found underneath the bed that had been abducted? So many, and you get these vigilante groups moving in and taking the law into their own hands, or trying to, who can then make the situation a lot worse.
And I think as well, because of the details that we do know, the dog was off the harness, she was still connected to the work call, I think it was Zoom or Teams, she had her Fitbit on, she was seen and it was the same route. All these little details, I think people are really hanging on to them, because altogether it makes for a very strange case that this woman has just vanished, literally vanished into the clear blue sky. And I think people are really obsessed with it. And 2 weeks on, you would think by now we would have more leads.
It is an obsession.
I'll tell you why they're obsessed. I'll tell you why they're obsessed. If they never find Nicola Bulley, this will be one of the great mysteries of all time that people will talk about forevermore. Because although the police only seem to have one theory, and this is where the problem is, they are absolutely, or they seem intransigent about other possibilities, where there clearly are other possibilities. But people look at this situation and they are theorising. There are so many things that could have happened and so many things that are plausible that could have happened. That's what makes it so compelling
like anything,
and
though, Kev,
intriguing.
isn't it? I mean, I have no sympathy or understanding of what these kind of vigilante people do. I don't think there's anything good about what they're doing. Yeah. I think these are fools, they're idiots, they're busybodies, they're nosy.
Well-intentioned,
they want a
though,
bit of the action. They live their life sort of through social media and think, I can solve this. And, the police, clearly, when they wake up in the morning, are setting out to try and find somebody, and they haven't been able to. If they could, they would.
Yeah, but their communication skills are non-existent.
It's slightly unfair to say that, you have no sympathy and these people are busybodies, but because I think a lot of them would say, the people that come out from a community to help search a forest, you wouldn't say the same about them. You would say there's community-minded people
Daisy,
who are trying to help.
They're often asked, aren't they, to do that? They often say, look, we could do with the numbers here.
Yeah.
A bunch of guys from Liverpool come down and go, we're going to go and search a house. Now, firstly, the thing that is mysterious is that house isn't taped off, and some of the areas around that should be taped off and haven't been. I've no idea why that is. Maybe there's a operational reason behind it. But who gets on a train and goes, I'm going to come all the way down there because I think we can solve this one?
Because it's got so much publicity. It's what happens.
What's wrong with people? It's nothing to do with that.
But what do they think they're going to achieve?
Well, they think they're going to solve the case. That's they're going to solve the case.
But clearly, that house had already been searched. Did they think that they were going to come down and find her in there?
I would say that the police do not have a good success rate when it comes to solving crimes, full stop. Less than 10% success rate in solving crimes. So, yeah. If these guys have some kind of different techniques or some technology the police haven't got, maybe they might find something the police have overlooked or missed, and then that could help lead to finding where this woman is.
But I guess that's why they brought in the diving team.
It's interesting, isn't it? In that, we often say on this show that the public services just need to get on with the job in hand and not worry about the PR side of things. But actually, in this case, you can see how important the PR is, because the police seem to have done a very bad job in communicating to the community what they're doing. And I think that has created these vigilantes and these sleuths. And also, they need to keep the community on their side.
Correct. And when we've had two press conferences from the chief of police up there, and she said on both occasions, you know, we believe that Nicola fell into the river. And she's not at any point kind of offered up why they aren't investigating other possibilities.
These vigilantes, they're not bad people. They are drawn to it because they feel the police are doing a useless job. I don't think necessarily the police are doing a useless job.
I don't think
but
they're doing
a useless job of communicating, and they're being ludicrously intransigent about other possibilities.
That's very generous that you're saying that. Well, we used to do a feature on talkTV about missing people who've been missing for, you know, a decade, 2 decades, longer than that, and could never be found. And it's just one of those confounding kind of cases by definition, either if somebody wants to go missing or for whatever reason the person that might be responsible or involved has just covered their tracks. You know, it's like invariably when you do see missing people cases, on TV and they're high profile, there's usually something, there's a scintilla of something that they say, you know, well, they last used their phone here, or that we know they boarded a train over there. There's nothing with this at all, absolutely nothing.
And don't forget, we are a nation now obsessed with true crime. And this is a live true crime thing happening before our eyes.
That's very